All right, folks, today's the day. I'm unboxing this Ruko F11PRO 2 drone, or as I like to call it, my new flying buddy. This thing promises 4K video, long flight time, and get this, it makes me look like I know what I'm doing with drones. Spoiler, I don't. So let's dive in. Cables, tools, cables, tells you how to control it, and a manual. This little placard goes over your controller, tells you what to do. Some padding, and then everything else. So I got a battery, another battery. In a world where technology takes flight, one man dares to open a box he barely understands. All right, enough of that. Let's get this thing open and check it out. Here's the controller. It's got all the fun components here, and the wheels, the little thumb wheels, screw right in here. And now to the drone. Man, this thing is so light. Now, I haven't done much recently of any of our drone footage, but I do have a drone already. 5 years old probably. It's pretty old, so it's been through the ringer and back. All right, this thing is sleek, shiny, looks good. It's got all the sensors in the camera, very lightweight, and half the size of the current drone I have. It's just basically saying, I dare you to crash me. Challenge accepted. Then we have the controller here. I'm about to put my phone in there. So there's a spot to put your phone. It's cool. The controller feels nice. But this thing is like a spaceship joysticks. Has all the fun stuff on it. And I'm already feeling cooler just holding it. And then, like I said before, the extras. We got some extra propeller blades with a screwdriver to do that. You got all your cables here that help connect it to your device, whatever type of phone you have. So plugs in here. That plugs in the end of your phone. You have a screen there to look at. Charging cables. This device goes over here so you can see here's all the controllers I need to use and do. Here's what I have. So I'll be using that for my inaugural flight. And then we have our little manual here. Feels sturdy. Feels like it could survive a crash. Not that I plan to test that intentionally. And this controller is pretty simple. You got the joysticks, you got the buttons from camera to video, got all the info down here. Seems pretty easy to use. Now I can crash in style while live streaming. All joking aside, I've only crashed the drone once. Now, there is supposed to be a spot on here to insert a SIM card, which I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to run over a couple things here. So this is the cord. The cord plugs in up here at the top to the thing, and then you can wrap it around itself and stick it back in this little hole right here. It's kind of hard to see because it's dark, but then you can put that down and store it. Again, you can fly it with just the remote, but this screen is very hard to see in the daytime or with the sunshine. So I'm going to crank it up. And put my phone up here just so you can see some of the features and go through all the setup features. If you do control, once you first turn it on, it takes you through a whole class on how to do what to do. But some of the things here, so GPS follow, turn that on and it'll follow the remote control basically around. Fly around, I've heard other people say that they couldn't get it to do, basically you get a dot on the map and it flies around that. What you have to do is start that, and you have to back the drone up away from it, and then it'll continue to circle around that spot. So you can go higher or lower and adjust the camera angle, but it'll continue to circle around whatever it took off from. You can do route planning, meaning you can set up a specific route on there for it to take. Split screen for VR, night recording. The lens angle puts the lens angle on the screen. So the lens angle, if you put that on, instead of using the little knob here that comes with it, you can do it on the screen. Other things are filters. You have all these different filters that will automatically use. Vertical screen recording. So if you're making TikTok videos or whatever you're doing, you can use this vertical screen recording. I like the wide angle. And then your voice recording. So those are the modes. Down here, you got the battery levels, the GPS mode, how high you're off the ground, aircraft connection signal, and GPS signal. So you can record and take a video with this button back here on the back side. You rotate your camera angles I discussed here so the camera tilts up and down. This one is basically a takeoff and landing key, or you can use the screen. And go back to home's key. There's two different speeds it'll fly at, so that's that speed button, power on and off. This is your compass. is your joystick. So this goes up and down basically and rotates left to right. And this is what goes forward, backward, left, and right, flying that way. Pretty basic controls. All right, let's get this thing fired up and see what we got going on here. Trying to determine some setup functions here. It's connecting. It's finding all the satellites. I'll go through the steps again. It sets you up. You can fly it without the phone. It'll just be record everything to the SD card, but you can't see what you're doing specifically at that time. So I like having the phone so I can watch and control it on here, which is what I'm used to. I would like one that has the screen built into the controller itself, so I don't have to worry about having my phone attached, but not a big deal. I've only got 48% battery. It's pretty windy today, so I don't know how good it's going to do, but I'm going to set it out here and take off. It's telling me to calibrate the compass again. So pick it up for 1 meter and rotate 3 times. And I'll do this way and rotate 3 times. Step 3, place it on level ground. I kept getting this error code here where it would not allow me to calibrate the compass. So I turn it vertical, I turn it horizontal, and set it down. As soon as I would set it down, it would ask me to do the whole process again. I'm not really sure what happened or why it was doing this, but I restarted the app, I restarted the drone and the remote control, and once I did that, everything worked fine. First inaugural flight, good. We got some video, got a photo. Downloading the video files to my phone right now. While that's downloading, I'm going to talk about a few things. So I have the Mavic Pro other camera or other drone. I've enjoyed it. I've flown it a number of times. I've used it chasing the trailer. I've used it chasing Blair on some of her runs. I've done it for us walking around. A drawback of it is the equipment's kind of old. The batteries last, 20 minutes each. I got 3 batteries. These are supposed to last 30 minutes for this one. But I love the small stature of this. I can throw this little tiny thing in my backpack and carry it somewhere, fly it, do what I need to do, and put it back in my backpack. Super lightweight, and I think it'll be good. A little good setup for carrying while we do hikes and stuff like that, mountain biking maybe. I'm going to try to get out, get some video with it, following us around, and test it out over the next couple of days. There's compass features on here. There's good cameras on here. I don't know what the distance away from you can get is. The other one I have will go farther than you're supposed to go with it because you're not supposed to let it out of your sight. But that thing will go really, really far. This one remains to be seen, but I will check it out. I'm gonna get out from the airport range and get out from runway range, and I'm gonna be able to get it up in the sky and test it out over the next few weeks as we do some other stuff. But so far, it's a good deal. I like the controller setup. It feels pretty good in your hands. I like the device itself. It seems pretty good. And I'm going to go check out this video quality by plugging in the SIM card or the data card to my computer and see what we get. I like it so far. There are some requirements according to the manual here that you need to go to the FAA website and register your drone. I've already done that from other drones, so it was an easy setup and easy process for me just to add one to my setup. All right, I had a chance to review the drone over a couple of days. Blair and I were out checking out some hiking trails. I got some video of her running around and just testing out all the features on the drone itself. So it's supposed to get 6K photos, and I found the photos to be pretty high quality. I can blow it up pretty large. It has 4K 30 frame per second video quality, which is good. It does have a zoom feature, but it's a digital zoom. It's not a lens zoom. So when you zoom in on the camera while you're flying around, it gets grainy pretty quick. So I don't know if the zoom feature is really great, but that's just all built in the camera here. And again, it's a digital zoom. The camera is very stable, even in windy conditions. It says it's a level 5 wind drone, so whatever level 5, I don't know what that means, but that's what it says. The flight time. So the battery is supposed to last 35 minutes, and I did get 34 minutes out of flying on one battery. I flew the other battery, but I didn't fly it till it was dead, or till it started yelling at me to land now. So I did get that. This drone is pretty beginner friendly. I think anybody can learn to fly a drone on here. And if you don't want to spend the $1,000 it costs to get a really nice professional drone, you can get one of these for, you know, whatever the cost is, and it's a good drone. So I think it's a good beginner drone. It does not have a radar sensor, so if you're going to fly into something, my other drone has all that capability, so it won't fly itself into things. This will. It has these lights up front, and your tail light, so to speak, back here on the back, these light up, and your front lights light up, so you can kind of orient yourself on what the drone is doing, but they are not accident avoidance. The only camera that the drone really has, or sensor that it has, is right here, and that's for when it's coming into land. Now, it did something really neat to me. I was landing on a picnic table, and the wind shifted it over just enough to, while it was landing, so that, I'll demonstrate, so that when it was coming into land, it was over the table, and then it edged off, so just this part was touching the table, and it started trying to land, but the sensor said, nope, there's no ground here, so it spun itself around and then landed on the table. So I thought that was pretty good. You could fly this thing inside, I guess. Not something I typically do because I have a very small space, but you can fly it inside. Just, it doesn't have accident avoidance, so you could easily fly into a wall or a tree. So I think that's one of the negative feedbacks of it. Battery life's good. Again, the remote, I think the remote is fine, except in my case, because I have the Apple Max Pro phone, and it barely fits into this device. And most importantly, are these where the little rubber spots are to hold the phone in place are, they cover up right where the volume buttons and the camera button and the power button to my phone are. So I have to shift the phone over to the side. So these are not great for the Max Pro phone, but they do, it's fine. You just got to work around it a little bit. And this screen is really hard to see in sunlight. So drawbacks and features, but again, I would 100% get this drone again. Check it out. I think it's a good thing to start with. I also love that everything is a USB-C. You can just plug it right into a USB-C cord and charge it up. So that's another really positive feature in my opinion. There's a feature that the website says, and I haven't tested this out, but supposedly from your app you can just share a video or share a photo straight to your social media accounts. I didn't set any of that up, so I don't know how that works, or I didn't test that feature out. So maybe that's something somebody else wants to do, but it's not something I wanted to set up on this drone itself. I'm very thankful for the company for sending this out to me to check it out. I really enjoyed reviewing it. I really enjoyed using it, and I think it is something that I would recommend to someone who is looking to get into a drone but not want to get into the professional drones for the cost perspective. This is a great tool to learn, a great way to start, a great place to start. So this company also has a number of different drones that you may want to choose from, and they have different models and different capabilities. So check them all out, If you have any questions about this drone or any other video we have out there, please feel free to reach out to us. Thanks for joining. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.